मेरे पास एक गाड़ी है शेवरोलेट क्रूज. I don't like fancy cars, especially Mumbai. खासकर क्योंकि there's no space to ride, fast vehicles or drive fast vehicles. And I'm a big believer in safe driving. I don't like noise pollution, so I don't like to honk or anything. So एक decent, simple सा छोटा गाड़ी है मेरे पास, वो चलाता हूँ कभी. बचपन से मुझे याद है पापा का बैठ के चलाता था गाड़ी. I used to think I used to drive. He used to drive the car and I used to just hold the steering and sort of, think that I used to drive the car. But I learned how to drive shooting Hero Banti. I can never be half the man my father is. I mean, he's the original hero, and even if I tried, I could never be like my father. But I think everybody has freedom of speech, and he's a senior director. There's not much I can say to him, but I try to be my own individual, and I try to be different and express my individuality as much as I can. That being said, some may appreciate my artistic expression, some may not. So yeah, to each his own, man. It's really fine. A lot of my friends, of course my father, have always been fascinated by cars and all, and they're beautiful to look at, So I like, they're very aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So yeah, I like watching and admiring just these beautiful creations, really. I don't know much about car racing, but I'm sure with, the exposure we're getting to these vehicles, and we've always had a lot of talented drivers. As far as I'm aware, I know Nirayan Karthikeyan sir is, a fair racer, and he was in the Formula 1. So I think now that we're getting the exposure to these vehicles, a lot of drivers can get a chance to, experience them, and hopefully, now that we have a circuit in Noida, like you said, maybe it should be a little more strict, I believe everybody does have the freedom of speech, but there are some limits that shouldn't be crossed, and it's sad that some people aren't aware of that and aren't educated enough. So yeah.
Mentioned earlier, sir. Ever since I was a child, my father has been very fascinated about cars, and he used to have all these lovely cars. I think he keeps telling me, you shouldn't. He was foolish when he was young. He said he used to keep buying cars instead of investing in other things. But now that he's older and wiser, he keeps telling me, every time you earn money, you should invest in land or a house rather than vehicles and this and that. But just growing up, I've just been surrounded by all his great cars, and I've just been fascinated. I mean, they're nice to look at, but me personally, I'm very much into cycles, or I like to run. क्योंकि मैं खुद बहुत तेज़ भागता हूँ ना, तो आई यूजली लाइक रनिंग फ्रॉम बैंड्रा टू जुहू, बैंड्रा टू खार, distances which I can travel. I like to run, but I do have a cycle which I ride every now and then in the night. Every woman should be like Sunny Deol. Honestly, I think every woman is beautiful and special in her own way. She doesn't have to be somebody else. I always urge people and youngsters to believe in their individuality. So you should be just proud to be in your own skin and who you are. Yeah, they just did a film together, Sarkari and Nangila, of course. They've done great films. जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, मैं कभी मिला नहीं उनसे, तो I don't know, sir. I haven't met him personally, as far as I recall. So, but I wish my father and the whole team of Sarkar 3 all the best. I was about 1 or 2 years old. शायद, पर फिलहाल मुझे मार्शल आर्ट्स में मज़ा आ रहा है, सर. I like हाथ पैर चलाने में मज़ा आता है, सर. So right now I'm working on Munna Michael. Munna Michael is almost finished. इसके बाद Student of the Year 2 शुरू होती है. उसके बाद बागी 2 में घुस रहा हूँ. बस I just have these 3 films right now. I'm very fortunate.